It is about to get summer, and summer is the season of actually watering your plants, so in autumn you can pick the crops. Now, I hope you watched the previous video about why we have those habits. Here you gain key insights which helps you in the critical moments when you want to backlash, and it also helps you to understand why we use a certain strategy. Now, if you're really serious about changing habits, you watched the previous video, you're going to watch this video carefully, and you really want to change something, then I'm telling you, you're able to do this, and I give you the right advice so you can implement that and actually do this on your own. Now, I could give you 1,000 tips now, but there are some tips which are more important. They are like 20 times more powerful than others. So here, I really broke it down to the 4 most important keys that actually really help you and give you great results. Watch this video in the next 5-7 minutes. I know it's emotionally difficult. I'm just standing here giving you hardcore advice, and it's easy to click on another video, but just stay here and stick with me. So the first tip I want to give you is, if you want to build a habit, let's say this is a habit, you always want to add this to an already established one. So the best way is to put it after an already established habit. Now you might say, I didn't establish any habit so far. Yes, you did. What about waking up in the morning? Or coming home from work? Or going to bed? Or having lunch? Now, it is smarter to add the habit you want to add afterwards. A negative example, a friend of mine, he wants to meditate every day, but he wants to do this before he goes to bed. Now what happens? He's getting tired, he wants to go to bed, then he realizes, oh, I still want to meditate. And then half of the time he's not doing this. So I told him, do this maybe in the morning, or take another trigger in the evening, so you can do it afterwards. For example, in the morning I meditate, so I wake up, drink water, then I meditate. This is the best way, this is a great reminder, and it's more likely that you will actually establish this habit. Easy tip, don't just say, okay, I will do this every day. Say when, after what trigger. Key, simple, but it helps. Second tip is that behavioral or attitudes, having an attitude towards something, is not going to change your behavior. It is behavioral expectation. Having an attitude, for example, I stand once in a while in a group of people and one of them is smoking, and it happened 3 or 4 times in my life so far, and somebody's telling me with a cigarette in their hands, Marco, don't start smoking. Oh, thanks for that advice. They have the attitude that smoking is bad, they still do it. Nothing changes. But if you have the behavioral expectation, you know, okay, I will stop smoking. I have the emotional resources and I can do this, and I expect myself to change. Then people actually change. So accountability is also a key term. It is so important. There are tons of tips, but accountability is one of the most important ones. So you actually do this, so you actually expect yourself this. Now you can raise this by having a partner, going to a friend like, hey, you also want to stop smoking, right? Let's go get together. And for each cigarette we smoke, we donate €5. So you're accountable, and then you expect yourself this much more. Or maybe this is an additional tip, think about, for example, 3 friends in your social circle. You really admire them, and you also, honestly, kind of want them to think positive about you. Tell them, just in a sentence in between, hey, I want to stop smoking, for example, or I want to meditate now every morning, or I want to eat much more healthy, or whatever habit it is. This makes you very much accountable. If you're in this critical moment, you want to backlash, don't want to do this anymore, or maybe you want to do the bad habit, you think, oh wait, I told this my entire social circle, the most important people. What shall I answer the next time? This makes you accountable, and this helps you to build this behavioral expectation. Also another tip, just expect yourself doing this. If you want to start a habit and say, yeah, probably I'm not going to do it anyway, I'm weak, you're not having the expectation. You're having the attitude, but not the expectation. That's not what we want. So make yourself accountable. Key tip. Next tip, you heard of this one before. It is baby step it. Why? The thing is, your motivation throughout the day or throughout the days is fluctuating. You know, sometimes a bit lower, sometimes a bit higher. And if you set a habit which is this difficult, Yes, you will do it on day 2 and you will do it on day 6, but all the other days you're not motivated enough. So start slowly, start easy, so you will always do this. And really, this now sounds weird, but for example, I just take this example because I recently built this habit. When it comes down to meditation, I want to meditate 15 minutes. At the beginning, it's not about how long you meditate, it's just about that you do it. Just meditate for 1 minute. If you don't have time, you woke up too late and you're like, shit, I will fail today. Sit down, meditate for 1 minute. It's just about getting started. This will help you reprogramming your mind of doing this every day. Or jogging, just go out and go for a run for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's fine. But start so slow, so easy that you can't fail. And then you will build this willpower. You will build not even this willpower, but just this habit. You don't need willpower for that, but start slow. Sometimes you can't apply this habit. Sometimes you say, yes, I just meditate 10 minutes every morning. I know how to meditate. I don't need to do this. But when it comes down, for example, to stop smoking, you're a heavy smoker, maybe it's wise to baby step. Right? Key insight. Because people are highly motivated. Once I gave a seminar about behavioral change, and the next day, the one guy wrote me, said, oh, this morning I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but maybe you will do this. Yes, but probably you should have baby stepped. And now he's not doing this anymore. Of course, because he didn't baby step. Maybe he got encouraged then. Last tip. First of all, this is a question. How long does it take to build a habit? Of course, it's not 30 days or 60 days or 66 days. It depends. It depends on how difficult it is. Drinking 1 glass of water in the morning to be refreshed or making sports for 1 hour a day is a difference, of course. And also how much you like this. For one person, it's easier to do sports. For the other one, it's more difficult. So it depends. But what we can say is that there are some critical moments on the way. So a lot of people, they fail after like 3-4 days. It's very difficult for them. The next critical phase is after 2 weeks. Most people quit up by 2 weeks. But then it will still go on. And maybe after 3 months, you think, oh, I'm great, I built this habit. Now I can do this once and I'm fine. And then this ego backlash happens, the negative habit creeps in again. So be aware about this as well. Now the tip here is that you want to be very much aware of those critical moments. After 2 days, after 14 days, and after months also. What can you do there? It's hard, I know. Just be aware about the fact that it's temporary. It won't stay that hard. It will become easier. Be aware of this moment and what is happening. Remind yourself on your accountability. And use the 5-minute rule. The 5-minute tip. Let's imagine you're sitting on the couch. You want to build this habit of eating healthy, but now you're really craving for a Snickers. And you know, downstairs there's a supermarket, I can buy it. Now what you're doing is you're telling yourself at this critical moment, okay, screw it, I'm buying the Snickers. You really want to do this. In 5 minutes. In 5 minutes I'm buying this. What is happening here now is that your mind is kind of confused and thinks like, wait, I thought there's some sort of resistance. Okay, there's no resistance, fine. Let's lower. So the body lowers then the resistance against eating healthy, and after 5 minutes you can actually buy the Snickers. For real, buy it. But before you do this, ask yourself, do I really want to do this? Or what did I tell myself? And after those 5 minutes you will be already cooled down at any sort of difficult moment, and then you think, okay, no, I actually want to stick to this. 5-minute rule. Great tip. Now think about those 4 tips. Put it behalf an already established habit, not having only the attitude but also the expectation. Make yourself accountable, baby step it, and be aware of the critical moments. Use the 5-minute rule. Think about this. Think about how you can implement this into your own life, into your own habits, And now in the last video, because we're not done yet, we just have great knowledge, but in the last video, we focus very much on implementing this. We're bringing it all together from the first video, from the second video here, and from the last video. Again, we gain some insights and actually together create an action plan and write this down, and then you're ready to go and build this habit.